Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the Overshield interviews. My name is Andrew Holmes, and I'm here with a very special guest. Will you please introduce yourself?
Hey guys, I am Roxy. I am from geekxgirls.com, and I also have my own page. What's that?
For anyone who doesn't know, will you please explain what geekxgirls.com is / what you're all about?
Geek X Girls is a predominantly cosplay-based website for females. We like to say that we're predominantly female because we do showcase females within the cosplay community and the geek culture community. But we are for everybody. We show everything from reviews to video games to movies. We write content pieces, thought pieces, articles. But we mostly post female cosplay because we want to be able to showcase females in that community from any range of size, race, gender, age, any part, because we're all girls and we all do this for the love of it. So we like to basically just show that we're just having fun, and that's what this community is all about, just having fun.
Okay, so you said in the cosplay, stuff like that, you also do cosplay, correct? Yes,
I do cosplay, yes.
Alright, so how did you get into cosplay? What made you want to start doing it?
Oddly enough, I didn't even know cosplay existed. I didn't even know conventions existed until I was around probably like 20 or 21, and I'm 26 now. So like, this was relatively new to me. But I started as a booth babe, oddly enough, and I know there's such a stigma behind that. When you hear someone was a booth babe, you automatically think, oh, fake geek girls and oh, fake models trying to be hip in the pop culture. But I basically just found this casting on Craigslist, and me and my friend were really interested in comic books and dressing up. We were theater geeks, so we always loved performing. So we're like, yeah, let's go apply. Like, we probably won't get it, but what's the harm in it? So it was a graphic novel called Bad Kids Go to Hell. You might have heard of it. It's a movie now.
No,
but
never.
Yes, it started as a graphic novel, and now it's a feature film. It was on the theaters, and then now it's on Xbox. You can download it. But basically, we started promoting as characters from the graphic novel when they were just starting out, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger. So we were being characters, and we were cosplaying these characters from the novel. But when we got to the convention, it was kind of like, this exists, like this world exists. We didn't even know this was a thing that people did. So we kind of fell in love with it, and that's just, it's been like an uphill, like fast climb ever since then.
Yeah, so why don't you say geekxgirls.com. You also write articles for them. Explain everything that you do within that website. I know because obviously your cosplays are probably featured on there, different things like that, but explain, please.
I'm one of the older members, not older as in age, but I've been on there since, not from the beginning. There's girls who've been there, but I've been on there for about 2.5, almost 3 years now. But I've seen it come up from the ground from when it was at like 6,000 people, and now we're at like over 160,000 people, I think now. So I've been watching it steadily climb. I started off as just an official geek girl, just cosplaying, writing articles. I think my first article was the one I sent you about my Xbox being better than any guy I ever dated. Obviously, I'm engaged now, so that's not true, and I love him very much. But it was a great article. It caused a lot of trouble, but a lot of people thought it was funny. But I was the YouTube guru. I'm big on video. I like making videos. I like finding videos and posting videos, movies. I'm big on the video game culture, so I'm always constantly posting video game trivia and video game kind of reviews and stuff like that. I'm a makeup person too. I do special effects for a living, so I'm constantly doing the makeup album and uploading different makeup photos of myself and other people, and doing like little tutorials and walkthroughs and stuff like that. And I do interviews, so I interview other cosplayers and other artists and stuff like that. I've already interviewed Mark Meir, who was like my absolute favorite interview I've ever done. Yeah, so
wow.
In Commander Shepard, Mass Effect, if anybody knows they're a Mass Effect fan, you know Mark Meir's the guy. So that interview was pretty cool.
Alright, so you do cosplay, yes. What advice would you give another cosplayer who might be not maybe scared or intimidated? Because if you look at all these people, like there's a lot of, sometimes the cosplays show a lot of skin, there's all the things like people running at you basically wanting pictures, blah 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 blah. What advice would you give to someone who's just starting or doesn't really know how to get into it?
That's the thing, is that unfortunately, as much as this community is really embraced each other. There is a lot of stigma behind the negativity in the cosplay community, and especially on Geek Girls, we face it every single day. We have to delete and ban comments from people who just don't get it. So I can see coming in as a new cosplayer, it can be extremely intimidating, especially because it is such a big community and is such a popular community now. And a lot of the other girls have built themselves into brands almost, which is awesome. But I can see if you're coming in and you want to make yourself into that, I can see how hard it would be. You don't know where to go. You don't know how to approach it. You don't know how to approach conventions or your first costume, because it's just, there's so much available to you and there's so many options that it's just, you don't know how to just start. My thing is that I just say jump right in. It's kind of like jumping into a pool. You just got to go for it, because the more you think about it, the more it's just going to prevent you from ever doing it. You can't really ease yourself into something, because it's gonna halt you in some sense if you kind of just take baby steps towards an artistic measure. It's almost like you gotta go big or go home. You gotta just give it your all, and you're gonna feel like you did something incredible, and you're gonna love it, and you're gonna keep going. You're gonna fail miserably the first time, but you're gonna feel challenged, and you're gonna feel motivated and determined to do better next time. But in the end, if you don't try it, then you're not really doing yourself justice. You're not really doing yourself service if you don't just say, screw what everyone else says about this community, screw what I've seen, screw what I've read, and you just say, I'm going to do it because I love it and I want to be a part of it. And that's why you have to do it. You have to go into it with a love and a passion and an interest, and you also have to have fun with it. So for those new cosplayers, I want them to just remember this is a hobby and it's fun. And I just want them to try. Just try it, because you're going to be addicted no matter what. Like, it happens.
That's an awesome answer.
Thanks.
Out of all the cosplays you've done, which one have you put the most work into? And second, which one has been your favorite so far?
It's so hard, because every time I make a new costume, I'm like, oh, I love this one so much. But my Eric Draven, my Crow, will always be my favorite. It's the one that means the most to me. It's the one that I probably got the most recognition for. It's the one that I work the hardest on being accurate, because as a cosplayer, I don't really care about accuracy. My whole thing is more, I want to look like the character, but I kind of want to put my own spin on it, because that's where I get creative. That's like where I get to have fun with my hobby.
Yeah.
When I did my Chiana, I tried to do her makeup and hair and her movements exact like the character, but I wanted to give her a different kind of costume. Mm-hmm. It still looked like her costume, but it was a completely different version. Because that's fun for me. It's like creating a whole new design, right?
Yeah.
It's fun to have to be that character, but envision a whole new way of being that character. It's almost like you're, it's like fan art kind of in a sense. It's exactly. But my favorite's probably Eric Draven, because it's just, he's one of my favorite characters. The Crow is like my life. But the one I put the most work into, costume-wise, was either Chiana, or from Farscape, or Kurena Yuhi from Naruto. Okay. Because those were two cosplays, the first two cosplays I ever made from scratch. And I don't pretend to be an amazing fabricator. I don't pretend to be an amazing seamstress. I just try. Like I said before, I just try to make it work. So I figure it out. I use stuff from home. If I see something that works, I'm like, oh, look, a metal piece of something. Let's just break that off and attach that there. And oh, look, it made something. I'm kind of like, I MacGyver things. So those were the two most challenging, but in the end, they felt the most successful, because I'm like, I made that from nowhere. Yeah. That was like a pair of pants, and I made an entire costume.
That's what your Facebook should say. The MacGyver of cosplay. That should be your tag.
I call myself the MacGyver of makeup. So, like, I tell people that all the time, is that I like to teach people how to do makeup effects using, like, nothing.
Yeah.
It's how I had to teach myself. I didn't go to school. I didn't have money to buy products. I taught myself how to make full prosthetic wounds out of Metamucil and water. Yeah, exactly, because it was like, so I'm like, I've had Metamucil before. I know if you add water to it, it's a gel and it dries hard. That could work. And I used it, and no one knew. No one knew the difference, so.
Hey, That's awesome. So if you could tell us, which I know sometimes with kind of bigger cosplayers like you, I mean popularity-wise, you don't exactly want to give things away, but is there any future cosplays maybe you could tell us? Maybe?
I do have 3 events coming up. Atomic Lollipop in Toronto, which is it's more like a party atmosphere. It's more like they have raves and they have like really fun Nerf gun events all day. So you kind of do cosplays that are a little more relaxed, and they're big on the anime and manga kind of avenues, which I'm not as big on those, but I do like some specific character looks from them. So it's kind of like where I get to have fun and do characters that I normally never would do. And I get to do like party versions. So I'm doing Marceline from Adventure Time. Exactly. And I'm like, I could do this because I have really long black hair, and I'm like, and I can paint myself great because I'm a makeup artist. I'm like, I could do this. I could make a guitar somehow. So I think I'm gonna do Marceline, but do like a party version Marceline.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do my Splicer again from BioShock because I only got to wear her for 1 day, and it was such a fun costume. And then I'm thinking of probably rocking my Domino again. But for Fan Expo, I always do 4 brand new costumes for Fan Expo. So I could tell you 2 that are absolutely for sure, but the other 2 are kind of up in the air.
Okay.
So I'm doing Alice, Hysteria mode Alice from American McGee. Okay, I'm doing the Hysteria version. And then I'm going to be doing... Oh, just a second. I just completely forgot. I think I'm going to do Baroness.
Oh, okay.
From G.I. Joe, because I mean... right? I don't even have to go very far. No wigs, no glasses, I have all that stuff down.
Right.
So I just need to make the chest piece. I have the big-ass gun from Domino done. I have all the holsters.
Yeah, there we go. See?
Yeah.
You're set. All right.
Exactly.
So, kind of last question. We are a video game website, though we are branching off to anime, different things like that. However, I need to keep to our roots and just ask you, what are some of your favorite games? Some of the stuff that you just, when you want to relax, you sit down, just chill, play, have fun, just different things like that. Please tell us all about your gamingness.
Okay, well, I game pretty much anywhere from 4 to 8 hours a day. You should ask my fiance, like, I'm always constantly on my Xbox or my Xbox One. Like, Titanfall is my game right now. I just, like, almost cried the other day because my live subscription ended, and I was like, I can't play Titanfall. So I got really upset about that. Right now I'm playing Titanfall. I just replayed BioShock Infinite, which BioShock is my favorite franchise ever. I have it tattooed on my neck. It's my absolute go-to. I can play it non-stop. I think I can show it.
Like, that would be pretty awesome.
I don't know if you could see it, though.
Kind
it's
of.
right there.
Yeah, a little bit.
It says, would you kindly? And it has atom chains. So, BioShock's my love. I'm playing Fallout 3 when I'm here at my fiance's.
Yeah. I'm
playing Halo 4 is my other favorite game. Mass Effect, I just played Mass Effect 3 again for like the 20th time. Paragon all the way. What's some other ones? I can't really think of it. Enslaved, I'm playing it right now. Splinter Cell Blacklist, I'm playing right now. Assassin's Creed, Fable, like any kind of game that's kind of like an adventure first-person shooter.
Yeah. It's
my go-to. I'm not really big on RPGs or mass world multi-playing platforms.
Yeah.
Not really good at the Halo ODST or like any of those war strategy type games. It's not that I'm not good at them. I don't have interest in
I get
strategy. I kind of just want to go in and shoot shit.
Borderlands seems like your type of thing.
I tried to get through Borderlands, and as much as I loved the characters, it was the world that was kind of like, it didn't work for me. It was too 2D for me. Like, it was kind of like, I don't know. No. I really Rage, though, which was kind of like a similar Borderlands Fallout experience. It was really good game, but it ended really quickly.
A lot of games. They're just short.
I just finished Thief. Thief was, it was okay. We're dead.
The new one, right? Because there's Thief, the new one, and then the original one's called Thief 2.
Yeah, I know. And I didn't play the original, and I got Thief because it looked really cool, but then as I was playing it, I was kind of like, got bored because it's so repetitive. The missions are all so repetitive. The world's so tedious to go through, like with pulling all the windows up and you go into another section. It's just, it gets really confusing with the quests and stuff, so I kind of just gave up halfway through and was like, it was fun in the beginning because it was new.
Yeah.
It's just, it was boring after a while, but it was okay. It wasn't the greatest game in the world, but Left 4 Dead is one of my favorite franchises. I cosplay as Zoe a lot. I don't know. I have so many different games that I love, but those are like my top. I would say my top 5 are BioShock, Fallout, Mass Effect, Splinter Cell, and Halo 4. Oh, sorry, and Titanfall. 6. Right, top 6.
Alright, so we're just gonna have to agree to disagree. I don't like Halo, but anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Any of the other Halos, I only like Halo 4 because of the multiplayer. I never played the campaign. I don't like the campaign. See, that's the thing. I hate Call of Duty multiplayer, but I love the Call of Duty campaign. I hate Halo campaign, but I love Halo multiplayer.
I think you're in like the 1% there.
I know, it's weird because it's just, I like the Call of Duty stories, but I don't like the multiplayer with all the camping and the prestiging, how if you're not a higher level, you're basically screwed because you don't have all the same stuff as the other people. So you're basically just, you walk out into the thing and you're like, poof, dead, poof, dead. Like, you just can't level up, so it's just pointless to me. Yeah. Or I just suck at it, so.
Alright. I want to say thank you on behalf of the Overshield.com for doing this interview. Again, just plug yourself one more time, real quick, just see where they can find you.
Okay. I am Roxy Lee GG. You can find me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/geekgirlroxy, or if you type Roxy Lee GG, I am the only one. Or you can find me on geekxgirls.com. That is the website that I work for. My profile is Roxy Lee. Go check them out. They're an amazing site. You will love them. You can also find me on Super Cosplay Girls, which is a UK-based cosplay site, which is it's an affiliate. They're really amazing, and I also am a Canadian ambassador for them, so you can go check me out there.
Alright, so I'll try to have all 90 links down in the description below. Alright.
I'll send you the links.
Alright. Thanks. This has been Andrew for theovershield.com with Roxy Lee GG, and thank you for watching. Internet high five. Bah! Bye, guys.